Hello friends, I'm Neetu Jain. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about Neuro Linguistic Programming. Neuro Linguistic Programming or NLP is a set of techniques which was developed around 1973 by Richard Bandler and John Grinder. NLP is a methodology to understand and help change human behavior patterns. These patterns are otherwise known as programs. NLP began as a model of how we communicate and interact with ourselves and others. Now let us understand what is neuro-linguistic programming. The word neuro refers to our brains and how it is related to our five senses. The word linguistic comes from how we structure our language. As words are a model for our experiences, they can tell us how we have been thinking as well as change our experiences as we change how we use language. The word programming refers to the unconscious patterns that we can then identify, articulate and shift into becoming more effective. Therefore, the term NLP denotes a set of principles meant to explore how mind and neurology, that is neuro, language patterns, that is linguistic, and the organization of human perception and cognition into systematic patterns, that is programming, interact to create a subjective reality and human behaviors. We have two minds, conscious mind and subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is very powerful. We have around 80 billion neurons and 37 trillion cells, and capacity of each neuron is 82 GB. So we can imagine how powerful our subconscious mind is, and it can store any type of experience, and we experience and we store things at both conscious and subconscious level. So we need to take care of our subconscious mind as well, because subconscious mind is related to creativity and long-term memory and emotions and feelings. On the contrary, our conscious mind is related to analysis, planning and short-term memory. Therefore, all the patterns of mind would be staying in our subconscious mind. An event comes in through our sensory inputs, which are visual, which includes sights we see, auditory, which includes the sounds we hear or the words we hear, kinesthetic includes the internal or external feelings, which include the touch of someone, the pressure or the texture, and olfactory, which means the smell, and gustatory means the taste. We would take olfactory and gustatory inputs into kinesthetic input only. Therefore, we have three, that is visual, auditory and kinesthetic thing available with us, and all our experiences are stored in our subconscious mind in the form of VAC. We call them VAC, visual, auditory and kinesthetic. By changing the VAC of an experience, we can change the experience itself. One of the techniques in NLP is called as swish technique, which is a very effective technique in overcoming our past painful memories. When any event happens, we call it event 1, that is even. We experience it through our senses. After receiving any information, we use filters of delete, distort and generalize. We call them DDG, and change the event 1, that is E1 to event 2, that is event 2, and which changes our state of mind as well based on its positive or negative impact. Deletion occurs when we selectively pay attention to certain aspects of our experiences and not others. Distortion occurs when we make shifts in our experience of sensory data by making misrepresentation of reality. Generalization occurs when we reach a global conclusion based on one or two experiences, taking them as representation of a whole class, paying no attention to the exceptions. Based on how we make our event 2 or E2, our state of mind could be of two types, that is resourceful state or unresourceful state. Resourceful state is a state wherein we are delightful, we are confident, good and skillful. On the contrary, in the unresourceful state, we feel dull, depressed and demotivated. If we change our physiology, we change our reaction, we change our state of mind. Similarly, if we change our language or if we change our focus, we are able to change our state of mind as well. There are different topics in neuro-linguistic programming which can be covered, such as modalities, submodalities, mirroring, pacing, matching, and rapport building, and others. To conclude, NLP helps in changing the patterns of our mind, as some patterns are dominant, some patterns are not so dominant, they are weak patterns. So it helps in removing bad patterns, it helps in implanting good patterns in our mind. NLP would be useful for everyone, including students, professionals, salespersons, athletes, and actors as well. Thank you, everyone.